Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Coming to you live.
And over the air on Twitch and on and if you want to give us a call, our phone number is 818-650-DARK.
And even if you're listening to this on the podcast, especially if you're listening to it on the podcast, you can still call us and leave us a voicemail. People never want to do that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
well,
we will
we'll
play them.
Play it on the show.
We have played warranty calls when they leave the voicemail. We love voicemails from you guys. So give us a call, 818-650-3275. We've got a great show tonight.
That's 818-650-DARK. We do have a great show tonight.
We've got Ron James from MUFON is going to be joining us in a few short minutes here.
That's right.
Talking about stuff that I love. Aliens, disclosure.
Frankie,
yes.
Before we do some alien disclosures, Frankie, do you want to disclose anything about your week?
Oh, good question. Do I want to disclose anything about my week?
Yes.
That would require me remembering anything that happened the past week. I went today to a pool party. This is the first time I've been to a party or any gathering of any size since the pandemic started. That was fun. Oscar went in the hot tub. He really liked it. They turned the hot tub down for my 2-year-old son Oscar. That was fun. He had a good time. I got a headache because of my weird ear condition, so that was fun. I had to sleep that off tonight, but feeling good now. Yeah. Other than that, just editing a TV show. All I did all week. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast we edit these things, Bilo. It's crazy.
I mean, what? The show's an hour long, is that right?
It's 43 minutes long.
43 minutes of TV?
Yeah.
You're telling me it takes more than 43 minutes to edit that?
It takes more than, believe it or not, it takes more than 43 minutes. Took me 9 days. How are you doing, Bilo? You got your vaccine yesterday, didn't you?
I did. I got my second dose of the vaccine yesterday. Team Pfizer. I was very. I had definite flu-like symptoms. I got my vaccine on Thursday. Very difficult flu-like symptoms on Friday, but woke up at about 3 a.m. this morning and felt fine. And I'm very excited to rejoin the world.
And that's right. Wizworld Live saying that his parents watch my show. Thank you. Good Girls on the NBC network.
NBC? I thought it was on ABC.
No, it's on NBC and Netflix.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, I thought we were going to be doing a fun thing. We were going to be tracking the Chinese rocket reentry tonight because it was supposed to. The estimate that they gave on Thursday or Friday, and for those of you who don't know, China launched a rocket into space, and normally what you're supposed to do is launch it in such a way that you can calculate the orbit and make sure it safely lands somewhere where there aren't any people. But China was like, no, we'll just shoot it up there. It'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
So, and the initial estimate, because they can't exactly tell where they're going to land, was that it was going to happen overnight tonight, during our show. And we were like, oh my God, we're going to track this rocket. We could spend the whole show tracking the rocket. And it fell into the ocean 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago.
Near the Maldives. So if you have any friends who are living in the Maldives, have them give us a call because we would love if they could fish the rocket out of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah. What would you fish?
We will pay good money for the rocket.
If anybody here is listening to this from the Maldives, call us now. +1 818-650-3275, which also stands for dark.
+1 for the United States or Canada.
All right. Well, let's not dilly dally. Let's bring on our guest. This guest is a filmmaker, an author, an expert, and he is the host of MUFON Television. We're so happy to have him on here to give us the realness. Please welcome to Dark Matters, Ron James.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Welcome.
Good.
love your background. Love your outfit. I love the whole vibe.
Well, normally when I do these appearances, I'll be in a sport coat, but I just finished shooting a show here in my studio with a rock and roll guitar player named Mickey Free, so I did a little more rock and roll approach to my wardrobe, so I didn't have time to change into something a little more formal.
Well, thank you for telling for assuming that we're rock and roll. That's very makes me feel good. I hope we can live up to that.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Some of our viewers are very excited about making free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I filmed a flute concert with him last night, and then he came over to my house, and we were all just kind of hanging out, drinking tequila and having fun and playing guitar. And so today he came over and we sat down and we did a show. He's got a new album coming out, so I'll be releasing the interview and stuff shortly. But in my other life that's not doing UFO movies and documentaries, I do a lot of music stuff.
Now you have done a lot of, just to give our viewers some background. You have done a lot in the UFO space. Can you just give a little short maybe CV of yourself so everybody knows just like how much you've actually done?
Sure. I've always been an enthusiast, but I've owned a video production company for a long time. I met Steve Bassett in about 2008 of Paradigm Research Group. He hired me to produce his X conferences, and from then on, I produced those. And then I went on to help with a lot of other conferences, and I started making documentaries. So I've made 4 or 5 full-length UFO documentaries. I've had 7 films in the EBE Awards at Open Minds. I've won 4. I helped with the Travis Walton documentary. You did Travis, a true story of Travis Walton. I did Alien Disclosure. It Could Happen Tomorrow. I helped Paul Davids with Marilyn Monroe Declassified, and just a bunch. And one of the biggest things, the anniversary is happening right now, is that I was one of the key producers of the Citizen Hearing on Disclosure with Steve and Ruben. And it's 8 years now since we did that, and I think it's a fantastic achievement.
Yeah, we had Steve on our show. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I think
Oh, okay.
in our
Well,
first.
give him a call now. I'll talk to him.
Eh,
I helped him set up a studio in Washington D.C. So for the first time, we have an official lobbying office in the National Press Club building, a couple blocks from the White House. And now that the COVID thing is lightening up, we've really got a platform there and a location to start talking to these people in Congress behind the scenes and helping with all this stuff that's plowing forward.
Yeah, that's a great segue because what we really want to talk about, is we've got this June 1st date. And for those of you who might be tuning in and don't know, there's been a 180-day mandate that the Pentagon will have to basically turn over an unclassified report on unexplained aerial phenomena. There were those, maybe there were Navy videos that they released, maybe a year or so ago, and they're supposedly actually going to produce a real report. Now, is this something you think we should be excited about, or is this going to be a bunch of bullcrap?
My guess is that it's going to be more of the same drip, 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 drip. There's going to be maybe a couple of pieces of information that get the ball down the field a little further, but I don't think there's going to be, they're not going to unveil a flying saucer on the White House lawn and show us pictures of alien bodies. So this is part of what I believe is a very orchestrated, very well thought out process of disclosure that's being managed by the same people that have kept the secret from us for this whole time. So we're getting more of the same from the same people who've brought us the cover-ups and the disinformation. But it's come a time in the course of human civilization where this thing can't be kept a secret for too much longer. And so at some point, they have to figure out how to get the information out without leaving them with black eyes and bloody noses. And that's a real challenge because the same group of people has been managing the lies and the cover-ups and the purposeful disinformation for so long that it's really not something even feasible for them to just come out and say, oh yeah, well, yeah, Roswell happened. Yeah, there's aliens. Sorry, we didn't mean to lie, but we felt like we had to. So these guys they're walking a very, very tight rope, and they have, they've got a great team. They've got the media. They've got Lou Elizondo and Chris Mellon helping to move the narrative. And when I say that, I don't want anybody to think in any way that I have anything disparaging to say about either one of those guys. I know them, and I understand why this is being done the way it's being done. And I don't like it. I wish that they could just tell us everything they know, and we can all go home and have some peace and some closure. But it's not feasible, unfortunately.
What do you think is like? What do you think are some of the strongest pieces of evidence, or like maybe like let's say most optimistic case? What would you hope to hear in that document drop?
Well, I think that definitely what we may get as part of it, or maybe even right before it or right surrounding it, is finally they're going to admit to us that there's some sort of life on Mars. That I think is one of the biggest shoes it's going to drop. It should have dropped a long time ago. They've known about it for a long time. They found life in 1976, according to the guy that designed the experiments. So I think that life on Mars, it might not be part of this official drop, but I think it's going to come around the same time, because that's when they can break the ice of life in outer space, and life on Mars is going to be, I believe, how they choose to do that. Hey, go on. I just want to clarify. I own 50% of MUFON Television, which is a joint venture that I've done with MUFON to create this media repository. But I do not speak in any official capacity for MUFON itself. I get a pretty free rein to go and do whatever I want to do. But I can never say this is MUFON's official position on stuff, because I can't do that. So I do want to make sure that people understand that I have my own opinions that are not necessarily those of MUFON's. And I just have to make sure that people are clear on that.
Yeah. Now, something that always puzzles me, when I think about this whole situation, is like, think about somebody like Donald Trump. Like, how on earth does he keep the secret? I mean, he came in saying, "I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this." And you would think, out of all people, if there's some real dirt down there, that he would be the one who would just not give a shit and would just say what he saw in those files. What do you think is going on there?
Well, I think it's two-pronged. One is the people that are managing this information do not necessarily have to tell the president. And I think that there's plenty of evidence that certain presidents have been excluded from being read in. So he might have been told a little bit, but he wasn't told the whole story, and for very obvious reasons, because he's kind of a wild card and might have spilled the beans. So I think that Trump is not the president that got the full read in. I don't think that a president has been fully read in since George Bush, and he was part of it, so to speak, George Bush Senior.
Right.
And
because he was
George
in
Bush Jr. would have
CIA,
known.
for instance.
Oh yeah, he headed the CIA.
Yeah.
And so back in the day and it was during the time when this stuff was being managed. I think it all started with the time around Roswell, the modern day cover-up. I do believe that a Majestic 12 type group was founded to manage the information and given absolute authority to do so, and that over the years they've gone deeper and deeper to the point where presidents, politicians, even high-ranking military officials are just simply don't know the depth of the story. I think Donald Trump, if he knew enough to really make a difference and he was able to back it up, he would have thrown it out there in the last days of the election just to give himself a little bit more of an edge.
Yeah, I think you're right. You look like you're deep in thought, Bilo.
I am. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I wanna find the para-governmental organization, or like the organization that's like able to keep secrets from the president.
Yeah. Actually, let me ask you this, Ron. So my uncle, and we've talked about this on the show before, my uncle worked for the CIA for 30 some odd years, and I did not find this out until he recently retired from the agency a couple of years ago. I was told that he worked for the State Department, he worked in embassies abroad, and then he went to meet me a couple of years ago and handed me a CIA mug and said, "Hey, this is where I've been working the last 30 years. I haven't been able to tell you about it." Would he know? You think somebody who, I don't even know what the heck he did in the CIA, would he know stuff with somebody just in that organization? Would they know this stuff, or it's a special, or are we talking about like a group within a group? Like who are who are these people, to quote Jerry Seinfeld? Like, who are we looking at here who really know the truth, and how the heck are we gonna get at it?
Well, It's all speculation. But if you look at the old MJ12 papers that came out, and I was a good friend of Stanton Friedman, and there's a great interview with me and Stanton and I on YouTube. Just search Ron James Stanton Friedman. We talk very deeply about the MJ12 papers, and he really believed that they were not 100% legit, because the pattern seems to be release information wrapped in a little disinformation with a couple of pages of BS thrown in just to make it a little confusing. And so that seems to be the pattern of how information leaks when it does. But if you look at this group of people that were supposedly the MJ12 people, and then you ask yourself, if a group like this was really going to be formed during a time like this, would these people be the logical people to do it? And the answer is absolutely yes. And so when you look at the lore, I just did a show with Paul Davids he made the movie Roswell for Showtime. And there's a scene in there where the MJ12 was formed. And these guys are discussing what it is they have to do and how they have to do it. And I think that there's more truth than fiction to that. And I think that over time, they got more and more power, more and more black budget money, and really became accountable to no one, because they had ultimate authority to manage this information given to them by Eisenhower and other people that were in power at the time. And that's kind of, it's been a ball that these organization has run with. I don't know if it's inside NSA or if it's inside CIA. I suspect that it started that way, but I think at some point they kind of got their own autonomy, and it's all need to know. So it's not a stretch that people aren't read into it, because if they don't need to know, they don't need to know. And you talk to CIA guys, and they know there's something going on. They can't tell you exactly what it is, but they know. And even guys like Lou, they knew there was something going on, and that whole program was outside of the deep black shadow organization. I've talked to people who say that we've got entire industrial complexes that are managed by these guys, where we're building off-world technology, and it's not Lockheed and all the other companies that are doing it. It's complete operations nobody knows about. I don't know if I believe that. In fact, there's a lot of stuff that lives in my gray box. But what I do know is that it makes sense that an organization like this would have been formed, and over time it makes sense that an organization like this would be operating, and it makes sense that an organization like this would have the choice of who they tell and who they read in and who they don't.
All right. Well, we've got a call. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hello. I have two questions. It's not really two parts for Ron. My first question is if he could describe a little bit more the type of life that the government is hiding. For example, is it intelligent life? Is it the same type of life as we would have on Earth? Like, does it, reproduce in a similar way? And then my second question is, what is the incentive that the government has for keeping this a secret?
Okay, so would you ask about the type of life? Do you mean on Mars in particular, or just in general?
Just whatever, they have. I mean, I don't know, whatever planet, whatever.
There seems to be a pretty good case established really since the dawn of humanity and civilization, and it going back through the ancient lores and mysteries we can't explain, that there is some kind of intelligent force that has interacted with, possibly influenced, maybe even created this version of Homo sapiens. There's a reasonable body of evidence for that. It's not 100% conclusive, but there's enough there that you could draw that conclusion if you wanted to. And so does the government, what life forms does the government know about? Obviously, I can't answer that question with any certainty, but I do believe that there are a vast number of intelligent species running around the universe, and that some of them have had an interest in planet Earth. And I think that the government knows that somebody within the government, or at least within this organization, knows and is managing. I don't know if they're managing these relationships, but they're certainly managing the knowledge of this existence and keeping it fringe. So I think there's intelligent races, entities, species that have been interacting with the human race. And then as far as why would we keep it secret, that's a really, it's discussed a lot, but some of the reasons, like I talked with Richard Dolan when I made the Disclosure Dialogues that won the EBEs in 2012 or 13, I think. A lot of it has to do with plausible deniability and liability. If you have been keeping a secret technology from humanity for a certain amount of time, and that technology could have benefited or changed the course of human evolution, that's borderline a crime against humanity, especially if we've had to die in certain circumstances that didn't have to be. So these guys have to evade accountability. So that's one of them. The other thing is you have this technology that you certainly don't want to go, there's anti-gravity technology, there's free energy technology, and share it with our enemies or anybody else. So there's a strategic reason for keeping it a secret. And then, of course, in the early days of the modern ufological mythos, we had the Condon report that said human society couldn't handle it. And even to this day, Lou Elizondo, in the second season of Unidentified, said that one of the biggest reasons he found resistance in the Pentagon towards confronting the issue head on is because there is still an evangelical element that believes that these things are some kind of demonic beings. And so, believe it or not, there still is this UFOs, aliens, the life elsewhere than Earth versus traditional religious beliefs. And so all of those things come into play, and probably things we don't know about, like maybe it's scary, maybe there's a lot of stuff we're better off knowing. So those are some of the reasons, and I think all of them are more likely to be at play at some level than any single one. But I hope that answers your question.
Wow. That was the best answer to any question I've ever asked since, probably my entire life.
Now that is a heck of a compliment. And I'm not trying to be long-winded, but my TV show that you see on Amazon is called Bigger Questions, because sometimes you have to ask, you have to really elaborate the question, and you have to really elaborate the answer, because it's deep stuff.
I'm also curious if the U.S. government is the only government that knows about this.
No, I think that this same MJ12 group, and I keep saying MJ12. I'm not saying I totally believe MJ12 specifically, but I do believe that it would be logical in the face of these things happening to form such a group that if not that group, resembles that group and does what that group is rumored to do. I also think that at that time, pacts were made with foreign governments. This information was going to be managed by this group on a worldwide basis. And so I think that the phenomenon is something that's been encountered all over the world, and I think that this group pretty much handles it. It's a very it's a very interesting alliance, especially with all the with all the controversy that's happening between nations right now. But I think that it was decided on a global scale that we should manage this as a world instead of as individual countries. And so this group is pretty much in charge.
All right, thank you, caller. We've got another call. It's great. All right, Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hi.
Hi, Ron. So my name's they call me Chest Devil here, and I'm sorry, I kind of missed the first 20 minutes of what you were talking about. I don't know if you've gone over this yet, but what about the mushrooms they think they found on Mars and the life? I guess that will, if it is mushrooms, they would prove to be.
Is this the official NASA, or is this people going and talking about stuff on YouTube?
That's kind of from what I've read, that they believe that they actually they took photos of what they believe to be actual mushrooms from one of the rovers.
When did this come out?
It had to have been earlier this week. I know you don't know me, Ron. I'm a drunk, so I couldn't actually tell you the actual day. I read
well,
it,
see,
but
here's the thing.
This week.
I'm not aware of an official admission from NASA that they found mushrooms on Mars. I probably would have heard about it, but I have to admit I have been deep in production for the last week, so I haven't been paying as much attention as I normally would. As far as what pops up on the internet where people are seeing mushrooms on Mars, that you get that every single day. A new picture comes out from Mars and it's like, oh look, it's this, and this.
Yeah.
And there's hugely compelling images that I think there's something to a lot of them. I think life on Mars is a given. I am absolutely certain that it definitely existed, and I think that it exists today. And I think that there is photographic evidence that it's really hard to say that's not something. But you know,
so how do we know?
until NASA comes out and says it, that then we're still in that same place.
Yeah. How do we know? Like you say, and we all see it. Everybody, especially with drones now, and everybody's got a video camera in their pocket, and every other person is putting out a video saying, "What is this? It must be a UFO, or this can't move like this," or and then you look at the video and it's like clearly like a balloon, or it's clearly a drone, or I mean that's a pretty obvious circumstance. But how do we know what's real and what's bullshit?
Well,
the same exact question.
the sad answer is that we don't. And all of this footage that's come out of the Pentagon, the 3 little Tic Tac videos and gimbal.
Yeah.
As much as I really hate to say it, those particular videos are pretty inconclusive. But there's supposed to be other videos that are more conclusive, but we haven't seen them. And then what just came out from the Pentagon, the night vision stuff of these flying triangles, again, inconclusive. I'm not saying that I don't believe there's something, but I'm saying that I'm not willing to jump on the bandwagon and say, oh yeah, they must be UFOs. I mean, they have running lights, for crying out loud. UFOs don't need running lights.
Right.
And that's another thing that I really feel is, if you're a extraterrestrial culture and you're studying a developing culture on a planet, like say Earth, and they're interacting with us. Now, as our technology gets better, the way they are going to interact with us is going to evolve. In other words, when we don't have photographs, they can fly all over the skies. All we could do is, make cave paintings and tell legends about it. But then all of a sudden we have photography, so maybe they have to scale that back. So maybe there's a period where there's a transition. I honestly think that as technologically advanced as we are right now, that any kind of extraterrestrial presence that wanted to keep itself hidden would not be flying around invisible objects and would not be, looking like airplanes. I think that they have the technology to be completely invisible to us. So either there's logical explanations for most of this, or they're showing this to us on purpose. But there is no, we're seeing these flying saucers because, because they're there and they can't hide from us. I don't buy that for a minute.
Yeah, it's sort of the Signs thing where they travel, the villains and Signs travel all the way across the universe and then find out that they're allergic to water, the most abundant substance on Earth.
Yeah, if they wanted to keep their presence a secret, they would do it. And if what we're seeing is their admission that they're here, then I think they'd be a little more convincing.
Yeah.
So. I even have come into the time in my journey where I'm really questioning if looking for lights in the sky is asking the right questions. I think that we're the UFO community and a lot of other people in this debate are all saying, oh, are they from Zeta Reticuli? Are they reptilians living underground? Are they Palladians? Are they this? Are they that?
Yep.
And the bigger question is, are we living in a matrix? Because we're starting to prove simulation theory might be a real thing, and a lot of scientists are convinced that this is some kind of an illusionary reality. And if that is true, then any of these things can be possible. We don't even have to debate them anymore, because obviously they can be real. Because an illusionary reality is this it is the result of its programming, which can theoretically be changed at any time. So again, the whole thing gets bigger and bigger, and I think that the answer to the UFO question really is going to be a segue into answering a bigger question about our reality and our existence and how it all plays together and what it's telling us about that.
All right.
So, Ron, I got another question for you. Sorry for it.
No, go for it.
I had a friend of mine back in the day. We used to play poker together, and he's a big conspiracy guy. But he had brought something to my attention that kind of made a little bit of sense. He believes he saw him and his son saw a UFO, and the way he described it was it wasn't just one, but it was multiple. Essentially, it was a series of ships that had a triangular form, and they kind of connected together, which, when all connected, would almost be a circular ship. Have you heard of anything like that before, or?
One thing that really shocked me, there's a guy named Michael Schratt who he works in aerospace, and he's fairly well known. He did our secret space program thing. He has collected UFO reports from way back, and illustrations of the ships and documentation of the ships. And he came to my house and he rolled out in fact, he gave me a copy of it, just pages and pages and pages of stuff. And he would actually build 3D models of some of these ones that he could interpret. The thing that struck me the most about Michael Schratt's collection is that almost all of these sightings looked a little different or completely different. There was hardly any major consistency. And so what that tells me is that there's something else at play here, and there's something about subjective reality that is at play. Because even if there was 50 species visiting Earth, we would still have some sort of continuity in these craft that I'm not seeing when you analyze hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sighting reports. And so it really begs the question, and I'm beginning to think that these things are making themselves apparent to people on an individual basis. So what you see is tailored for you. And so the answer to that question is, I haven't heard about a configuration of ships exactly like that, but I have heard of about 500 different configurations of ships. And so I think that's a clue to a broader answer.
All right. Thanks, Ron. Thank you, Chess Devil. And then
was that okay? Did that kind of, if not answer your question, at least kind of make you maybe reframe the question?
No, that's it. This is just the way he drew it out. It kind of made sense to me. But no, your answer was amazing, 100%. Can I ask actually one more question, if you don't mind?
All right, one more. We got some more calls in the queue, but I'll
okay,
because I love you, I'll let you ask one more.
No, go to somebody else. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
All right.
Thank you, Ron. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you.
So, all right, this one is coming in from a number marked as anonymous, which could always be dangerous. But let's see. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hey, it's Wizworld Live. There's no danger. It's fine.
Oh, well, I'll be the judge of that.
Hey, Ron, I'm a big fan of MUFON's work. I've been into ETs and stuff. I actually grew up a coast-to-coast listener since I was like a little kid. So I've been like way into it. And something that I've noticed, this is kind of a left turn. Yeah, the good old days, man. It's because this is kind of a left turn from the last question. Because I was going to ask about ultra-terrestrials, but I feel like you kind of covered it, and that if we're in a simulation, then that's all kind of possible. But what I was going to ask is, I've noticed over the past 15 years or so, the Venn diagram of like hardcore right-wing people and conspiracy folks has started to get closer to one circle. And it's a lot harder and harder to find for like some reason, like people who are into UFOs and things like the idea of a Majestic 12 organization. It's harder and harder to find folks like that who lean left. And I don't mean even liberal, I mean like left at all. I'm just curious if you had any thoughts on why that sort of is happening with the sort of ufology community, and whether there's anything inherent about that or whether that actually means anything.
I'm not sure if it does, because I think some of the most educated and enlightened and forward-thinking people are tuned into this topic. So I'm not sure that we connect Majestic 12 with QAnon. In other words, I think there's a lot of people out there that understand this information management program, for lack of a better word, that are on both sides of the aisle. And I'm not sure that the conspiracy theories surrounding ufology, at least some of the most central ones, really have a role in helping these other ones. And I really hope that people that are looking at ufology and the mythos of ufology and the way this history is unfolding are not wrapping it inside of a bunch of other stuff, because it needs to be looked at independently. And for a long time, I was a conspiracy guy. I mean, I believed everything. I shot, right when Obama got elected, I grabbed David Icke and I shot an hour-and-a-half interview with him. Put it out. And I'm like, Dave, look, I want to talk about good things, and so we put out a video called David Icke, Our Time to Shine, and that was all about no shape-shifting reptilians. Let's talk about how humanity can evolve. And so I've evolved past these conspiracies. I don't like the way they've been politicized, but I think if you ask which came first, the chicken or the egg, I think the intention to politicize these by people that have the ability to do it through disinformation. Yeah, I think that their agenda to do that is the result we're seeing is the result of that agenda. And I think that during the election and during other times, there's been a a troll farm in Russia where they said, let's take all the great American conspiracy theories, let's bundle them into one big thing, and let's start spewing out memes
glob.
and dividing the whole country. And I think that a lot of people were manipulated by a psyop, I hate to say. And so people need to step back and split hairs. Don't bundle this all into one thing and start really looking at it from maybe we've been duped into having these viewpoints. And I'm not trying to be political at all, but it clearly the social media has been used to absolutely influence people's thinking. And when it comes to conspiracy theories, it's been done masterfully.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ron, and thanks as always, Dark Matters. I'm going to hang up and let someone else on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, we lost our other call that we had waiting in the queue. So
Probably must have been a conspiracy theory,
Hey.
right wing.
you never know.
Again, I'm not trying to put in political things. I think everybody is susceptible to misinformation and influence peddling, and I just think that it's been taken to a real big extreme in the age of social media.
Now, here's a little bit of a different question. I know you have a career where you work with a lot of musicians. Do you ever get to talk about this stuff with them? So we had a guy on. His name is Scott Smalley. He is a orchestrator for Hollywood Films, and he lives in the woods north of LA. And he believes that he's been abducted and that he has a device in his leg. And he basically said, like, he told us a story where he was conducting the London Symphony Orchestra, and with just a bunch of musicians, and he suddenly felt something, and they all felt it in the room, and they said, well, we're like a few, I don't know how far Stonehenge is from London because I'm uneducated, but it's not that far.
It's far.
And they were like, that's a portal, and that's near to here. And he connected the music sort of to this communication with another realm. Is that something that you've explored in dealing with?
Well, I do
people in
talk
that
to a
realm?
lot of people. In fact, Mickey just left about 10 minutes before the interview, and we're talking about his new album and stuff. But I'm like, because of who I am, we got to talk about UFOs and aliens. And so I take every opportunity I can. I ran into Kato Kalin not too long ago, and we talked about aliens, and I got that on film. Every opportunity that I'm doing an interview with celebrities that are not necessarily in that wheelhouse with me, like if I've got Travis Walton over, obviously we're talking about aliens, right? Although we'll talk about music too. But anytime I have a celebrity in front of my cameras, I do bring it up. I did an interview with Chumley from Pawn Stars, and I was explicitly warned before the interview, don't ask him about aliens. So I couldn't, but it was hard.
Well, why? What was he going to say something crazy?
No, I don't think so. I think that the people that hired me just didn't want me taking advantage of the fact that I had them to my own devices.
I got a chance to go to potentially go or not go because I cannot discuss it on a game show recently, where one of the things that I was asked to sign in my like agreement to potentially go on this game show or not go on it was that I wouldn't plug anything. If I got on the show, I would
Wait,
not plug anything.
Are you telling me, and you can't tell me whether you were on the show or not on the show, which drives me nuts. But are you telling me that you didn't plug our show? You didn't play. If you were on the show, then you did not plug our show, which is what you said you were going to do.
If I were on the show, I would definitely. If I were to have taped for the game show, I definitely would have plugged Dark Matters on this game show.
And you know it'll happen. I mean, that's it. You're blackballed. You'll never work in this town again.
That's all right. You're already not working in this town, so it's fine.
Listen, the game show industrial complex, like all the people who are on Jeopardy or on all these other game shows, it's a gateway drug.
I will tell you something that relates to this, and I'll try to be quick. Recently, my girlfriend was working for a director. She was doing DOP work on a little independent movie, and a pretty well-known actor came up and was playing a bit role, and they started talking, and he'd had an experience, and so they came over, and his girlfriend and him and Sky and we all went out to dinner, and we talked for a really long time, and now we're working together on a couple of projects that are pretty interesting just because. And there is a whole lot of interest and an experience or community within the celebrity realm for sure, and in music too. And it's not a conversation that I am afraid to bring up. It does, you could be, an Academy Award-winning actor, and I'm interviewing you for Variety, and if I can ask, I'm going to ask. And it's not as taboo a topic as it used to be.
Yeah.
All right, got some sweet dead air there. I really like that.
Uh,
I like playing dead air chicken, where we just try to see Michael and I can just who will not say anything for the longest amount of time.
it's me. It's always me.
When do you think that everybody? I guess this kind of gets back into the theory of like a simulation or things appearing to you in the way they need to appear to you. Do you think that most people who experience be it abduction, events, they see a craft, they see a creature. Do you think most of those experiences are real sightings? Do you think that they're real in a spiritual way, or do you think that they're mostly just crazy people and then sprinkled throughout there's a few that are real?
I think that when you have an experience, it changes you in such a way. I mean, there's always people out there that are going to go, oh, if I tell people I was taken on an alien spaceship and they did horrible things to me, I'll find community. I can go hang out with people and we can all share the same BS. Not saying that experiencers are telling stories that aren't true, but there is an element of that. But most experiencers they didn't ask for it. They did not know how to handle it when it happened. And they're changed forever from the experience. And so do you think there's people out there willing to sacrifice what might be even an okay life to go down that road and to face that? I don't think so. I think that what's happening with the experiencer phenomenon is that experiences are being tailored for people by energies and forces that are able to do this kind of thing as part of our education and part of our evolution. And so what you have is people are having experiences that are meant for them that they can understand, and they're telling very similar stories. So you might see a flying saucer, and it might be like the one the guy called and described, and somebody else could see a flying saucer and it isn't. That's not really it doesn't really matter, because they're seeing something and they're perceiving it through their own filters, but they're having an experience. Something else of intelligence is interacting with them in a very real way. And I think that those people are the majority of the people reporting experiences. I don't think that the people that are just making it up are the majority. I think that, even experiencers are pretty much very sane, normal people. And so you have the ones that are just going to go out and make stuff up. But for the most part, it's happening more and more. The stories are more and more similar, and I believe that it's another way that this presence is being disclosed to us, one person at a time, through something that once it happens, there's no going back.
We have a question in the chat, which is, what movie gets it closest to getting it right around aliens, I assume?
I mean, I can only speak in speculation. Obviously, because I'm not like some guy that's being fed information from the shadows. Well, not a lot, but I think that Paul Davids, my very good friend. In fact, you can go to MUFONTelevision.com right now, and I'm not plugging this because it's free. If you click on if you go to MUFONTelevision.com,
plugs are allowed on this show.
You click on the breaking news icon that's on the front. There's a collection of stuff, including a show that I just did with Paul Davids, where we revisit the movie Roswell, and we go through it scene by scene, and we compare it to history, and we compare it to what really happened, and we compare it to the movie. And it's a really fascinating piece. So I will 100% say that the movie Roswell comes really close to getting it right. And there are a lot of people that think that Close Encounters of the Third Kind is about the encounter that President Eisenhower had with a ship landing, of which there is supposedly footage that is in circulation in another documentary. So those two for sure. And then for this, human-eating reptiles, there's always the original V. If you're into that mythos, there you go.
Yeah. What's the, we've talked about a lot of stuff on the show. You have expressed a belief that there is life on Mars. What is the craziest shit that you ever heard where somebody starts talking about that and you're like, all right, you've gone too far. That's like what is the furthest out there thing that you've heard?
Well, here's the problem with that. If I tell you, you're going to know who I'm talking about, and so I'm going to have to just kind of not do that one. I don't want to. We don't know what we don't know,
Sure.
and so if somebody comes with a far out claim, like some of the stuff that came out around the secret space program a few years ago, teleporting to Mars, that kind of stuff, maybe. I mean. I personally, it's living in my gray box, and it's pretty much going to end up in my white box. But I'm not going to denigrate somebody's story because, like I said, I've been saying reality is a very flexible, fluid thing. So I guess anything's possible. But there's some far out stuff out there, and I think I have this litmus test that I always tell people: if you were to walk into a bar in the Midwest and sit down next to Joe Sixpack, just got back from hunting and he's drinking his beer, average guy, right? And you were to tell him your story or your belief system around aliens, would he laugh at you, hit you over the head with a beer bottle, get his friends to kick your butt, or would he sit there and nod and go, yeah, I could see that? And if he would say, yeah, that's possible, I could understand that, then that's a story that belongs in the vernacular. If it's something so ludicrous that most people would just be like, no, that's impossible. The problem with that is you're polluting the genre, and you're polluting the credibility of the genre.
Yep.
So, even if something completely ridiculous happened to you that is so far out and it's true, unless you've got some kind of proof, do the field a favor and don't tell the story. Okay, honestly.
Yeah.
We've kept you a little bit over the time that we said. I think should we say goodbye here? Is there? I mean, you've got MUFON TV. Of course, plugs are very much allowed on this.
I probably
on this
just
show.
ticked off a whole lot of people with what I just said, but honestly, we don't need people telling stories that make the whole field so hard to believe, even if they're true. Take a deep breath, take a back seat. Let's get acceptance of this phenomenon to a logical thinking public without forcing them to believe things that just go against common sense in a lot of cases. So, sorry if there's people out there that don't like to hear that. But I think it's important. I work with MUFON Television. We're a scientific organization. Everything you find on MUFON Television is either shows that I've produced. There's entertainment on there too. But we're coming from let's look for some body of evidence before we float a story and before we bring on a endorsement.
Yeah.
So plugs. I'll do.
Yeah,
just
if you were
quick
to plug maybe one or two shows on MUFON TV, what should people be watching?
Well, the biggest thing right now is I just produced a piece about this Defense Intelligence Agency drop of materials research documentation. So you can go to MUFONtelevision.com/spacetime, and you'll see that report. I put a lot of work into it. I've gotten a lot of kudos, and I've also gotten some flack. But I think honestly, I've illustrated that the Defense Intelligence Agency admitted they have flying saucer debris, and the Pentagon did everything they could to back it up, and they're all busted. And Chris Mellon even is in this video, very exclusive. I got him to actually tell me that there's a possibility these materials exist, and it's there in that video. It's pretty good. Piece, I think.
I've just put a link to that in the chat here. We'll put that in the notes for the show too.
We've got the MUFON Symposium coming up in August, and you can buy the live stream and get a year of MUFON Television for $79 if you don't want to go there. Military and government witnesses speak out. We've got the people that everybody knows, and we've got a couple surprises, but this is the symposium only MUFON can put on. People are going to come from high rank and stature, and they're going to tell you finally a few things that you might not already know, which is cool. That's MUFONsymposium.com.
Yeah, and where are they having that symposium this year? Are they doing it at all in person, or it's all online this year?
No, it's an in-person symposium, but you can also buy the live stream. And even if the in-person symposium gets canceled for some reason, it will be online, and it's in Las Vegas. So,
not too far. Philo, will we go in?
You guys should come and set up a little booth and do your show.
Let's do it. All right.
Yeah,
well, Ron.
We did. Sorry. Go ahead.
Ron, you've been amazing, getting a lot of comments in the chat. People love you, love the realness that you're bringing and you brought tonight. And
That's awesome.
We hope you've had a good time, and we'd love to have you on again in the future if you're down for that.
Yeah, I'm available anytime, and if something happens and I've got a story, I'll blast it out to you guys. I'm working on a couple things right now that I'm going to break, so it'll be pretty cool.
Great, awesome,
Thank you so
everybody.
much,
Ron James from MUFON TV, amongst many other things. Thank you so much, Ron.
All right, thanks a lot, and thanks to your audience. I appreciated that they appreciated that, because there's way too many carnival barkers in this business, and we got to stop that. It's not what it's about.
All right. Well, thanks, Ron. Hold on, I'm gonna switch. You can stay on the line if you want. I can't figure out how to kick you off the feed on Skype, so I'm
I'll silently watch.
All right, I'm into it. All right. All right, Ron.
I muted myself.
All right. Thank you. Ron has muted himself. Thank you. That was awesome.
That was great. Oh man. Yeah. What? Really fun.
How are you feeling, Bob? It's quite dark in your. It's dark in both of our windows here right now.
Yeah. It is dark. Does talking about aliens, make you any more religious, or like, does it change your relationship to religion?
I don't think it's possible for me to be any less religious. So no. No, I mean, I guess, I think a lot about simulation theory, whether we're living in a simulation. I don't know if we could prove or disprove, right? I guess that's really the only version of God that makes sense to me, right? If there's somebody who I guess that is what a God is, right? Somebody that created all of this and is watching over it. That makes sense to me.
Worth worshiping. Worth worshiping.
You know what? I always, going to Hebrew school, which was like the worst thing my parents ever forced me to do every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday growing up.
Fun.
I could have, learned an instrument or something, but instead I had to go to frickin' Hebrew school with a bunch of rich kids that didn't like me. I always found it odd that this all-powerful being constantly needed to be reassured by us. But maybe if we're created in his image, then maybe that is what we need. I definitely need that. I don't know. I'm just shooting shit here.
Was it not Shakespeare who said, sharper than a serpent's tooth is an ungrateful child?
I don't know. I would have known that 10 years ago. This is Dark Matters. By the way, I was asking, can we call sex lines now? Sure. Oh, I never called that guy back.
Brother Wags asked earlier in the show if I could record myself snoring. According to my wife, I snoozed peacefully this afternoon after sleeping pretty fitfully the night before.
You gotta get a sleep study done, dude.
That should be a future.
We should do it. We should put my CPAP machine on you. That's kind of gross, but I can put some clean parts on there. We can see if it makes a difference. What a weird thing. Are we going to Vegas for MUFON, by the way?
I mean, it seems possible.
Let's do
seems
it.
like it could be on the menu. I can go. I feel like Vegas allows you to bring babies and young children onto the casino floor, which means that you can use Oscar and Reggie for luck.
Yeah. Generally, when I go to Vegas, I just put like $1 in like a Golden Girl slot machine, and I pull it once, and if I win, I win, and if I lose, I just walk away. That's and then I go back to my hotel room and watch
very
TV.
Fun. I get 3 Blanches.
Go to Lotus of Siam. Yeah, I got three Blanches. My God, what is going to be in this report that comes out on June 1st? I can't imagine it's going to be any. I can't imagine the Pentagon is just going to release a report that's like, "Yep, aliens. We knew the whole." Like, it's not. It's just going to be some. It's going to be some paper with that's like a bunch of black lines through it, right?
It's possible. Could happen. I don't know. Maybe I have too much faith in the government. But you know,
Talking about faith in the government, I don't want to stray. I mean, we had such an awesome discussion earlier. I don't want to stray too much, but we had this whole plan. Okay, for this recall election, to have you run for governor as a stunt, Michael Bilo 2021. We were gonna have you dress your dog up as like a bear, because John Cox, the Republican candidate for governor, went under some fire this week for posing with a real bear at a campaign event.
And let's just say this, and this is not a partisan statement, but John Cox is a coward for not coming on the Dark Matters.
That's right.
Dark Matters gubernatorial debate in 2018. He's a coward for that.
Yeah. Although he did get 20% of the vote somehow with absolutely no money and no promotion. I can still run. That's a good point. First time, long time saying I can still run. I guess I should run.
That would be the obvious choice.
All right, I'll run. Wait, how do I do it? Let's just whatever. I think it's like $4,000 though. They haven't announced how to when the filing deadline is and how much exactly you have to pay to play to get on the ballot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the question is it easier to collect the X thousand signatures or to just toss that money over to?
It's some number like 70,000 or something. It would cost you. It would cost you more money to collect the signatures than it would to just pay the money.
Yeah.
Probably just in paper. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making it up. All right, fine. You guys convinced me by saying one sentence.
Wow, you've drafted. Wow. You managed to draft.
I've been drafted. Well, my initial idea was for us both to run and then not do any promo and just see who got more votes just based off of our names alone.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weak concept. But
it's not so strong.
It's not that strong.
It's not as strong as it could be. Oh boy. Yes, but sorry, we didn't even disclose the important thing here, which is that did you say this and I just missed it?
I probably just skipped over it and started talking about myself.
Yeah.
Somebody called the baby gamer is in our chat. Hello, baby gamer.
Yeah. How wonderful. In my contract that I had to sign, regardless of whether I actually taped for the chase or not, it said that I was not allowed to run for political office for a year.
Ridiculous. I don't think that's enforceable, though. Do you think?
I've looked it up. It seems to be very difficult to enforce. I imagine, that they probably wouldn't try to do it, but and I think there are reasons they probably wouldn't try to do it, like both because it might be unenforceable and because it would just be a pain in the ass. I think what they probably get you for is disparaging the show, or like you're making the show look bad by having a joke gubernatorial campaign.
Brother Wax asking, are the hosts tired tonight? I hope that's not a comment about our energy level.
I am tired tonight.
You are?
Hell yeah. I'm exhausted.
I feel kind of good because I had a migraine and I recovered, so I'm like feeling a little bit better.
My neck is every time I cough, I hurt something in my neck.
That's not good.
Yeah. But other than that, more or less all right.
All right, we've got a call. Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hey, I'm back. This isn't after the Matters, though. I just want to listen to the show. As you can hear, my brother and Mrs. Devil are playing Family Feud on the PlayStation behind me.
Oh, is that what's going on back there? Family Feud for PlayStation?
Yeah.
Can we, now, Chess Devil, you've been caller to our show for a little while now. We've gotten to know you. We've gotten to love you. We've heard of Mrs. Chess Devil. Could we talk to Mrs. Chess Devil? That would make my night. My night's already been made.
Okay, yeah, hold on a second. Hey, Mrs. Devil, your presence has been requested.
What if he never tells her that he's called Chess Devil, and then he's just saying Mrs. Devil, and she doesn't know?
Well, you tell them that Mrs. Devil is in a heated game of Family Feud, and I need her full attention right now.
Wow, your brother sounds exactly like you, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, you just got the answer there. Sorry.
All right. Wow, Brother Wag saying that Chess Devil made her up, being accused of making up Mrs. Chess Devil. This is...
Can you not hear the female voice in the background, Wags?
I don't...
Literally, you have to actually speak now, otherwise I'm gonna look like a fool.
I don't hear anything.
Nope. They're just
Okay, I
high-fiving.
hear a lady laughing.
All right.
All right, I believe it. And it could be a sound effect. It could be a soundboard.
Robo Mrs. Devil.
Robo Mrs. Devil, yes.
Oh man.
I actually filmed a woman one time, and I just chopped her up. And whenever I call the show,
Oh, God.
I just click buttons.
All right.
in the background.
Oh, you filmed her and you chopped her up. Okay, I get it. You chopped up the footage.
Yes.
Kind of like a Robo-Bilo. I get it. All right. Well,
Unless
we're gonna.
Chess Devil just admitted to murdering a woman, in which case, you know, we've got the.
Wouldn't be the first murderer we've had on the show.
It's true.
All right, we're gonna end the main podcast here. Thank you again to Ron James, our
Yeah, thanks,
amazing
Ron.
guest. Check out MUFON TV, and you gotta check out that Space Time video. We'll put the link to that in the notes. Sounds awesome. And check us out next week. We've got some great stuff lined up for you, and give us a review. All right, we're gonna flip this over now to our after show.
This is after the matters.
After the matters. And Ron, if you're still watching, we do an after show. Oh, there you are. I see you on there. We do. It looks like his video's frozen. I don't know if he's still with us. But we do an after show where we just kind of keep talking for for a long time that kind of has nothing to do with the regular show. So feel free to hop off or, hang out with us. Do whatever. Just want to put that out there so you're not just hanging around and it's 45 minutes later and you wanted to go to bed and you feel
Brother Wax
obligated.
asks-
This is
Brother
after the
Wax
matters.
Or Ron, you could stay and listen to a story about Chess Devil shitting himself. It's up to you.
Oh, man.
well, that's
Is that
that's
what- is that
what
what's
that's
coming
what we
up?
come for on after the matters. Let's hear it.
Oh no, I mean,
Oh.
I have one, but
I've got some
maybe a
stories.
little bit.
I've got some stories about. Have I not told the story about the time I diarrheaed on myself in the subway? I must have told the story.
I think you have.
Yeah. All right.
I pooped myself in San Francisco. on
You
the 4th
pooped
of
yourself
July.
in San Francisco?
Yeah.
That
on the 4th
sounds
of
like
July.
that sounds like a song.
It's like if there was a '60s version of Weird Al.
Yeah. I mean, who is
Who
the
was,
60s
like,
version
doing-
of Weird Al? Alan Sherman? I don't know.
Yeah, there are people who were like doing humorous songs on Jack Parr and whatever.
Yeah, like a Tiny Tim.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the pop culture stuff that like they ask about on Jeopardy because it's the bread and butter of their fan base, and I know nothing about, and just have to sort of nod along and kick myself for not learning about like the one guy who did this.
Yeah. So how much money did you win on the chase?
Well, that presupposes that I taped for the show, which I cannot.
We're
I
stuck in
can't
this
either
loop
confirm
again.
or
I
deny.
can't figure out how to get off of it.
Yes. Who knows? Who
Sometime
knows?
I'll break
I
you.
may, as soon as next week, I may know whether it is public knowledge whether I have in fact taped or have not taped for the show. At which point, if it were to
Oh
become
yeah.
public knowledge,
Wait, are there gonna be promos
then
and
I would
stuff?
be able to discuss it more openly.
Do you think they're gonna feature you? Well, okay, we can't say whether you're on it or not. I'm saying like, well, I guess I can't ask you. Wonder if you'd be featured in the promo is what I'm saying.
I don't wanna blow things up too much, but we did just get an email at the Dark Matters Gmail address.
We did?
did.
I sound like a kid on Christmas morning. Oh, I'm very excited. I don't see it. From
don't see
John Williamson. He's
Oh
back.
shit!
What?
Uh-oh. And we just got a new entry into the chat who's
Wait.
posted.
Okay, so this person, E. Sugnam,
Yes.
posted in, so John Williamson, this is a person that's been emailing us on our email address every so often, mysteriously just emailed us with these coordinates, and this person, E. Sugnam, has just posted these same coordinates into the chat. So I don't even need to bring up the John Williamson email, because E. Sugnam, which I think is Mongoose backwards.
It is Mongoose backwards.
Has just posted the same coordinates. So I think we can safely assume that E. Sugnam
and Mongoose are connected. And of course, what are Mongooses famous for? They're famous for killing snakes.
This is true. All right. Well, I guess I'll bring up these
coordinates.
I'll bring up the coordinates here.
Yeah, let's take
a
look
at
at
South
these.
Pacific Ocean.
Oh, is this where the is this maybe? Hold on, I'm gonna bring up my browser window here. This is exciting. Google's, here it is. Okay, I've Google searched it.
Sugnam is maybe posting something else.
Just
maybe?
putting dashes. Hold on.
Yeah, do a negative by the 36.
Let's see. Let's see where this one is.
Okay. Oh, a negative 36.
Well, let's just see what this one is.
Okay, it's the middle of the ocean. It looks like.
All I
on the
see
map
is
here.
gray. There we go.
Where is the South Pacific Ocean? I'm zooming out here. This is really the middle of the ocean.
What's close to that?
Okay, it's between New Zealand and Chile. But
That
doesn't look
is
like,
that like the remotest? Is that the remotest place on Earth? Like it is the farthest.
It doesn't
from
look
any,
like. Well, I can't.
from any
I don't even
land.
see an island or anything near here.
No. But what I'm saying is like it is the remotest. It is so far away that you can't like. It is that land is the most distant from in every direction from this point.
You're
Also,
saying,
looking
you're
at
saying
the,
this for a fact, or are you just?
No, I'm just speculating. The
That
other
looks
thing
like
is that
it.
there seem to be a bunch of photos of this, and there seems to be land there.
Yeah, that's weird.
And also,
the photo just says South Pacific Ocean, so it's not specific.
Okay.
I don't think.
Sugnam has posted the coordinates again, same coordinates. It looks like.
No, without the minus.
No,
Without the minus in front of the 36.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're right. So let's take a look.
What is that? Oh, Nevada. This looks like it's in Nevada here. Oh, it's near Pahrump, where my father-in-law has some. All right, this is like. Should we look at the satellite for this?
Yeah. Is this like Area 51? Is this Area 51
This is
territory?
not Area 51. Pahrump is where Art Bell lived.
Cool. Shoshone. Did not know that was a city in Nevada.
Yeah.
But or Nevada. But it is
Nevada.
it's the tribe that has claims Sacagawea among its members.
Nye County School District. how's the Oh, there's Area 51. There's the airport. This is Area 51 over here. So the coordinates are near Area 51, but they are not Area 51.
So E Sugnam is saying, hello, I am Try HFD Forg.
Oh boy.
Forg.
I mean, it's on the other side of the mountain from Area 51, because there's the little airstrip there.
Yep.
To do anything with it.
What?
Mercury.
What? What is happening? Wait, Chess Devil, is that you talking? As it sounds incredibly creepy. What is happening? I think your phone is like fuzzing out or something. But it's very creepy. Oh, there's our email.
I really think we're gonna have to go and play that back if we can.
Can we? Oh, we lost the. I think he just hung up. All right. Hello, I am Triffid Forg. Yeah, Isugnam. This is interesting. All right, so we're near Area 51. We're in the mountains to the west of Area 51 here. What's crazy? Look at Area 51 on Google Maps.
Yeah, it's it's
just painted. It's painted over. Like this is just it's photoshopped out. Like there's shit. Like in real life, there's shit here.
Yeah.
For some reason, the airstrip is here.
I mean, I'm sure the U.S. government does that for all, demands that you're not allowed to show military installations from the air.
Because look here, all right? Because they've got this little thing here, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like paint, like, okay, but like, okay, what other, like, okay, there's an air base, right, in like Mojave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? What's that called? Do they paint that one out too? Where is it? I'm too dumb to know what it is.
29. There's stuff in 29 Palms, isn't there?
Yeah. Edwards Air Force Base. Look! Edwards Air Force Base. They painted it out too. They put some of it there. But then they just painted it as if it's like desert. That's really weird.
It sort of looks like there are crop circles in that corner.
Sure does. All right. J Pill saying check Fort Irwin. Okay, now Fort Irwin perfectly visible on Google Maps. So not concerned with what's going on there. What about oh my god. Are you dying, Bilo?
What's that?
What about in like San Clemente? In whatchamacallit? What's the base down there? Camp Pendleton. Did they Photoshop that? No, look. Camp Pendleton is not Photoshopped out. What the heck?
Hard to say.
Sorry, Chess Devil called back, and I didn't see that you had called back. Dark Matters.
Better?
This
is
Dark Matters.
I hear you great.
All right, sorry about that. I was asking, Mercury's the only name close to where they pinpoint. Does that have anything to do with it?
Mercury. Okay, here, let's wait. Let's go back. to the.
It's south of it, just north of 95.
Mercury. It's exciting. Wonder if we can find out what's going on with E Sugnam.
I would like to know. Sure.
There's no roads. Let's see. What about the... Yeah, I see Mercury. Mercury, Nevada. Closed village in Nye County, Nevada. Situated within the Nevada National Security Site and was constructed by Atomic Energy Commission to house and service the staff of the test site. Okay. How's the family?
How was your week?
How's the family feeling?
My week
They
was.
won. They just won.
Oh my God, they won the family feud.
Yes. It's weird. It's a new game that came out last year in November, and it's everything but Steve Harvey. It's just like this skinny white guy named like something McCoy. It's fun.
Yeah, E Sugnam coming in and then leaving us as quickly as they entered.
I mean, you know, it is the drip of information that keeps us coming
That's what
back.
Ron was talking about, is the drip.
Yeah.
This
It's never the
Sugnam
current.
account created April 4th, 2021. So this has this is not an account that was made today. This is an existing account.
Man.
I will say Ron, probably the best guest I've seen you guys ever had. Like, I'm gonna go back and watch what I missed. That guy was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was great.
love Ron. Love Ron's vibe. I love the info, but I love the vibe too.
Like, that guy's fucking alien, right? We all agree with that?
But he's fucked an alien. I bet I'll take you one step closer. He probably could have, and he chose not to. Which
Wow.
to me, that's
Yeah,
even a
yeah.
step beyond. Yeah, it's casually name dropping rock legends that he's hanging out with. That's a guy.
Wait, did he really?
Yeah, well, he does music production, or I think video for music. And so Mickey Free was at his house, like, apparently 10 minutes before 10 minutes before we started recording. Just
Nice.
hanging out.
Like, I love your show, but I've never watched what I missed. I'm definitely going back and rewatching what I missed.
Yeah. You know, just hanging out with the amazing guitarist in my house. Who's the most famous person that's ever been to your house, by the way?
Damn. I don't know. Nobody.
Yeah. I'm excited to go to your house.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of like everywhere that I've lived as an adult, and the answer is still nobody. If I'm just limiting it to my house, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the most famous
small
person
number.
you've ever touched?
Ooh. Maybe either Brenda Song, who was in the Social Network, and what's that? Brenda Song, who was in the Social Network, or the Sprouse Twins. These are just people who were actors on the Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, which I worked on.
Nice.
Oh, and I guess I didn't touch Tyra Banks, but she was very close to me in line at Churro Burrow for a churro ice cream sandwich.
Nice. What's the most famous
I
person?
I hugged Dolly Parton twice.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. I touched
Yeah.
I shook Meryl Streep's hand.
That's big.
That's pretty good. I've touched a lot of celebrities, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I mean, maybe it's Buzz Aldrin.
Oh yeah, Buzz Aldrin. Thanks, Ron. Ron's hopping off.
Brother Wag says he put his toothbrush put my toothbrush in his butt. Little does he know, I rarely brush my teeth.
Oh, gross. I believe that too. Both that he put it in his butt and that he
I
rarely brushed
paid-
his teeth.
I paid $40 for Ernie Hudson to shake my hand and sign something for me, but he would only give me a fist bump, but that counts.
Yeah, but also I feel like that was just fresh. Jay Pill asking if anyone's touched Della Reese. I feel like you have to not be of this world.
Hey, you still have the number from that guy that we talked to?
I
hotel
should.
room?
It's in my. Should I call him?
Oh no, the one.
I think
the
I
one
might
where
actually have it too.
Manual. Not Manual. The
No,
other
no,
guy.
please do not call Manuel. I can't handle
I don't
that
have
right now.
Manuel's number. No, I have that
we
guy's
don't
number.
we didn't get Manuel's number after I went back and watched I watched him being
maybe it's
harassed
in
by
it's in my,
me snoring.
It's in my text edit. You think it's Untitled 7? Yep, it's Untitled.
definitely Untitled
7. That's where I've got that guy's phone number. I don't know. Should we call him though? Brother Wax saying we can't even book Mrs. Chest Devil. Touche. Very true.
This is a good point.
Oh.
Hell, my dad can't even book this chest level lately.
Boom. We didn't get any. We don't have any voicemail. Can I play the rockapella music from last week? I'm gonna play it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Wax brought this up. Where's the Hornet crew at?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is a good question.
Well, I see
It's
Hannah
the first
Mackay
one.
in the chat, but not participating. So sometimes if you leave your computer on, you'll be listed in the chat, but not counted in the number of people watching. I noticed that. So I don't know. Maybe they were just like, this is not a horny enough topic for us. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
You never know. Look, this is a weekly show. It's a big commitment to ask to come and watch
Yes.
a show every week.
Sure. Big commitment to do it every week if it's on
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah, for sure. This is Dark Matters.
Terry. This is Dark Matters.
Bilo, how many times when you realize that we have to do another show, how many times are you excited to do the show and how many times you're like, ugh, another show? What's the
Honestly,
percentage?
like 90%, like probably even 95% of the time, I'm excited to do the show.
Yeah.
I think there's like 1 in 20 times where I'm like, this week I like, or like I have something that is like gonna take me up until 9 p.m. and that like I could extend through like more of Saturday night were it not for the show.
Luckily I'm old and have children, so me doing this every Saturday night changes nothing about what I would be doing with my life anyway. But you're still a free individual. That might be tough, Saturday night every week. It's a big commitment with a new world.
Sure.
So, I'm very interested to hear the 5% that you're not interested in doing the show.
The
Like, what were
5% is
those
like
shows?
I have a plan that like could extend through 10 o'clock on Saturday, and I'm going to pass on. I'm going to pass either on the entire thing or I'm going to leave early from the thing that is enjoyable to go do the show. That's like the times when I'm bummed about doing the show. But I would say it's happened like 3 times in it's happened 3 times in like the course of the pandemic and about 60 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's probably usually for me. It's when I don't feel well. Like I had a headache tonight.
Yeah,
But you know what?
But-
Doing the show always makes you
Yeah.
feel better. Takes your mind off of whatever
it does. It does.
whatever you're doing.
How's hot tub coming?
Oh, this is a great
Great question.
question. So it rained a couple weeks ago for like 5 minutes. So all the crap that I was storing in the hot tub that I put outside the hot tub, I had to put back in the hot tub room. So I got to get rid of all this crap, and I got to drain it because I didn't properly drain it the last time. But I can't. This is so boring. But I did a bootleg. I didn't want to pay $2,000 for them to dig a wire underneath the concrete and run. This is my office here, so it's where I do my work and stuff during the week.
Yep.
And I didn't want to pay for them to dig up the concrete in my yard and run a whole wire because it would have cost me $2,000 to my office. So the wire for my office comes from the hot tub. So if I want to drain the hot tub, which you have to shut the power off at the breaker because you don't want the water in the parts or something. You don't want the parts running with no water. So I have to shut it off at the breaker, which means I can't have power in my office, which means I can't do maintenance on the hot tub during the week, and I can't do it on Saturday because I'm doing this show, so I can only do hot tub maintenance on Sunday, and it means I can't use my office. Anyway, it's a long-winded way of saying I got to gotta get on it because in 2 weeks we're gonna be doing the hot tub show.
That's right.
You're gonna be
That's
in my
right.
hot tub.
I have an offer for you.
Oh, please.
I will, if you're willing to, I have a kiddie pool. I will blow it up, fill it up, and put it outside and just run stream with you.
Oh my God,
If
yes.
you want.
You know what? Also, I have a kiddie
Yes.
pool here that we've not used. We could set that up outside the hot tub, and we could have Hunty sit in the pool outside the hot tub and stream.
Please.
I mean, our hot tub does have room for like 6 people in it, but I think that's funnier. Yeah, I was in a hot tub today. I went to my friend Andy's house. My first party with other people since the pandemic.
How you feeling?
Good. That's mostly my weird ear disease was bothering me. Was the only problem with it. So I was like kind of dizzy the whole time. But other than that, it was really fun. Oscar really loves the water. We gotta teach him how to swim. Okay,
Oh my God,
he's
gotta
here. His phone is charged. Hunty's here.
My phone got up to 6%. It's back down to 3%. I've had to replace this thing for 6 months, and I have not yet.
Oh man, I'm trying to get an Xbox and it was in stock and I missed it because we're doing the show. This is what happens to me. Sorry.
Oh, boy.
Man, this is one of the 5%.
Yeah, this is a 5%er
So,
now. No, this is a 100%er. Love Ron. Love that you're here now, Hunty. What's going on in the background there, Bilo? Is that a shadow? This is a great shadow action going on there.
It is a shadow, yeah.
What's that a shadow of?
It's just the shadow of like the light through my window.
Oh. Looks
You
dramatic.
honestly the room looks like you're in a horror movie. Kind
Yeah,
of
it
like a
does.
Saw.
It really
And you're about
does.
to tell us we're going to die?
I'm not sure why the light is so much stronger right now than it usually is, but
Looks good.
there is, yeah.
Should we do a Saw episode? Should we
I
handcuff
mean,
ourselves
I feel
to
like
a, should we handcuff ourselves
every
to a
time the
radiator?
Tooth Man emails us, it is a Saw episode.
By the way, Isuknam sent us those coordinates and then kind of
Yeah.
dissipated, and
Yeah, so I wasn't able to follow as much on that as I wanted to. Can you just give me a clear, like, what happened there with the mongoose?
John Williamson emailed us coordinates, and then this eSugnam put the same coordinates in the chat, which leads me to believe that they are the same person. And the coordinates led to an area near Area 51, or in Area 51.
Yep.
And that's kind of where we're at.
I mean, honestly.
And so the ocean,
sorry, go ahead, Hunter.
I was just going to ask, so the ocean stuff, that was a mistype.
That was a negative sign where we should not have had a negative sign.
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I didn't make that connection, because that's when I was trying to figure out how to get my phone working.
If you look, he kept putting the negative sign beforehand and then after the coordinates.
Yeah, he kept putting the negative sign after. That's true.
Oh, I see. I thought he was trying to write something in binary code.
Well, no. So he did it before and after the coordinates. Each time he puts the coordinates, there's negative sign first, then coordinates, and then another negative sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's the negative?
Yeah, that's a double negative.
I think it's just to visually set it off.
I don't know.
No. By negativing it and then negativing it again, we're bringing it back to normal. That's a double negative.
So you're saying that both of the interpretations mean the same thing? It's just that yours has more steps?
Okay, so this morning I had to pull an all-nighter in order to go to a workshop and do like 7 hours of work after hosting GSY, and then I pulled a nap. And part of the workshop was talking about like showing your work and stuff that you've written, and so maybe that's in my head, and maybe also I pulled an all-nighter and then took a nap, and now I'm here and I'm really fucking stupid today.
Well, that makes two of us.
Hunter, I love that the two things you've done since COVID that you've had on camera at least has been, one, go to UCB Sunset, and two, have a meeting at Denny's where you continue to wear your mask.
I mean, look, when it comes to the local Denny's, first off, they all have a list of requests that they ask that you comply with, and I am going to comply with them in the same way that I'm going to be, the polite person sitting there because I'm going to be there for a little while working. So yeah, if they're going to come over to my desk, table, I'm going to put my mask back on.
Did you just say desk? Did you just call it your desk?
He did desk.
I'll tell you. About 3 years ago, when they started taking all of the outlets out of all the Denny's so that people couldn't set them up as desks, I had a Denny's manager apologize to me personally as she led me to my booth that didn't have an outlet anymore. But then, last week, going to Denny's, the first time back, he was like, "Oh my God, thank God you're back, thank God you're okay," and he led me right to the one booth that has an outlet. So yeah, that's a fucking death.
So Denny's is your WeWork? Like, the only cost is like a grand slam?
Yeah. 100%.
Should we talk about what we think the sketches were on the Elon Musk SNL and then look up what they actually were?
I don't know. I mean, Tesla owner who's not an asshole. That's the character, is that everybody thinks the guy who owns a Tesla is an asshole, but actually he's like not an asshole.
Hey, instead of talking about complete assholes who have done sketch comedy this week, let's talk about a complete asshole who has done sketch comedy this weekend, and I'm talking about the Chess Devil.
The Chess Devil was on Go Sketch Yourself.
Yeah, finally showed a clip from 13 years ago.
Was it of a sketch that you were in, or what is it?
Yeah. A sketch I did back 13 years ago. So yes, it was a sketch. I can give you the link if you want it.
No, it was very funny. It was a very quick blackout sketch that had a lot of music.
Like, going back and looking at all my other stuff,
What's
all of them have music that we can't play on Twitch anymore.
Well, I just don't know what we can and can't play. So, like, that's why when I do my stupid opening credits, like, yeah, I wanted to do a taxi, but we still had to do it, you know, in Compotech, just to be safe, because we're playing it every week. Like, that's the only reason why we're not going to play your video 500 times, is, yeah,
No.
because back there.
Legitimately, music-wise, how it goes for Twitch is it just demonetizes during the time it plays. That's the only thing that actually happens. You can't get banned for music. Yeah, it just demonetizes anything that comes in during the time the music's playing.
Okay, so we should definitely play your video over and over and over again.
I mean, if you liked it.
Oh, I don't like money.
I like when our show just becomes a show that two other people are on.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite moments.
Yeah, it's Humpy and Chester will talk to each other.
What must it be like for someone who has no idea what this is, tunes in to see two people not moving their mouths while two other people are talking?
Oh, I see the creep in Philo now. It has like a long, like, poopy nose, like from Olmec. Oh, you just moved. I can't see it.
All right. Are they
I
playing?
didn't quite
Come on,
catch
let's
that.
get Chest Devil. Let's get Mrs. Chest Devil on the phone.
All right, Mrs. Chest Devil, once again, it's been requested that you come talk. Can you please come talk?
You could just put it.
I don't know why. No, I don't have a phone. It's all on my computer, buddy. It's Google Voice.
Which we're live pointing out that it's 3 a.m.
Maybe we should come with a better pitch.
Yeah. What's her better pitch?
She truly does not want to do this, unfortunately.
All right.
What about your
Really
what about Brother Devil?
Brother Devil, come here. Oh, wait.
Can we call
I think Mr. Devil's coming over.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, shit. I have to listen to this, too, but I can't. Okay, here. We'll do it this way. Hold on. We're trying to... All right,
Okay.
don't run away from me. I'm not going to do anything bad. Here you go. Just talking.
Oh,
Sorry.
I can't deal with you.
Okay, she can't deal with me right now.
Can she deal with us? Maybe we can help. Maybe we can help repair whatever's going on in your relationship and make her not be able to deal with you. Maybe we can be your therapist. That's a pitch.
Hey, man. Right up why she can't hear me? No, you can't.
Whoa. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, she heard me. She heard me.
Oh, no.
Just say something. They want to hear from you.
You woke up Athena.
I woke up a dog.
cat.
That's what she said.
Oh, Athena is a dog. What's Athena's deal?
That's Brother Devil's dog.
Oh.
She's cool. She's an older dog. What, Pitbull? Not Pitbull.
Can we get Athena?
Pitbull,
Can we interview Athena?
Oh, I've got a pitbull.
Yeah.
I don't know if my pitbull has ever been on the show.
Yes. I'm now going to give Athena the microphone right now.
Okay, great.
Oh.
Athena.
Athena, welcome to Dark Matters.
Yeah, she's shy. Sorry.
Did you
Hey,
say
how about we
pitbull?
call Ian Roberts' wife?
I don't want to call,
It has been a
especially
while. It
not
has been a
when
while
we
since-
preface it like that.
Never before has Chess Devil been kind of awkward. You're making it awkward. Thank you.
Oh, I have to poop so bad. I'll search Spokio for Ian Roberts' wife.
Wait.
Who should we call?
Well,
Should we
I
call
still want
Domino's?
to hear checkers.
Domino's in the
I wanna hear
Maldives and see if they've seen any pieces of the Chinese spacecraft?
Yeah. Or we could call India, or we could call the Maldives.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
don't call India right now, man. They're doing terrible stuff with COVID.
All right, we'll call the Maldives. Let's call a resort in the Maldives.
You know what? Can I make a Chess Devil hot take right quick?
Please.
I fucking hate Hal Rudnick. I always have.
What?
And I really wanted to talk to Brother Wags about this because I didn't know he was a part of the Midnight Show as well. Is Hal Rudnick as creepy in person as he is online?
Well, Hal
I mean, I've
Rudnick
always
was my
found
UCB 101 teacher. I like Hal Rudnick. Right.
I used to do Tournament of Nerds, and I liked Hal Rudnick.
All right, here, hold on.
I like Tournament of Nerds.
No, I
but,
can't.
but boy,
How do I call the Maldives? Okay.
Wait, were you around Tournament of Nerds when I did my Wolfman thing?
Okay.
I saw it at, I believe it was comic book shop. I can't think of the name of it now. I believe it went there. Did it not?
What's funny is I remember
What?
I remember your Wolfman thing as like maybe the
What
first
are we
time you
talking
got
about?
nude during a show because somebody asked you
It
whether
was,
the
yeah.
Wolfman had balls.
Well, Nards was
Nards.
the line from the Mod Squad. Tim Chang did not have a plan on how to win the second round, and so I had to be the person who
I was just seeing if that
gave him
worked.
a win.
Milo.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just got a call. I didn't notice. I didn't know who it was from, so I didn't pick it up. But I did get a call from the 424 number.
Okay. Trying to figure out how to call the Maldives. The problem is the country code for the Maldives is like an area code. Plus 960.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Well, let's try. Oh yeah, we're all right. We're
Call
calling.
is being routed by Google. The cost of this call is 70 cents per minute.
Whoa!
What?
70 cents per minute.
What? All right, we gotta make it worth it. We should be calling sex lines in the Maldives.
All right.
Philo, can you start snoring?
This feels like a,
I could very
morning,
easily.
Naga Guidance
'Cause I'm
Pasama.
getting very
Speaking, how may I
tired, but
assist you?
Frankie would be
yeah.
next.
Hi. We're wondering if
Hello?
if you saw the Chinese rocket today.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi. Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? I don't know if this.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Thank you. I was just wondering. Did you guys see that rocket that crashed into the water over there?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, if you're talking now, I can't hear you at the moment.
Oh.
Hello?
Can you hear me now? Oh, I can't figure out. I don't think you can hear me.
Please try again sometime later. I think there's a problem with the connection.
Okay.
Bye.
I think he could hear me. I think that was just a very adept response to a prank call.
Hmm. Disappointing to say the least.
Yeah. We just talked to somebody in the Maldives, dude. What is this world? It says we have 3 calls, but I only see 2.
This is the way we make connections, you know? This is how we grow the international audience of Dark Matters. And we go from one
Mal
resort-oriented
SKNL, welcome
nation
to the show.
to another.
We were talking about COVID. Well, you're pulling up another phone number. The first thing we did after COVID, Hunter went to Denny's. Philo, you did, or maybe did not do a game show. Frankie, what did you do?
what was the first thing I did? I went to the grocery store. I don't know. I went to my friend's party today. That was really the first time I've been in the presence of another human inside of a...
We went to a Margaritaville.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited.
What's the thought
We're
process
getting
behind that?
downtown Flavor Town here.
Yeah.
Well, it was Mrs. Devil's birthday,
Yeah.
and so we wanted to hang out. and the only place open at that time was Margaritaville.
Boy.
I didn't go to Denny's first. Like that's a complete.
What did you do first?
Well, so it's really wonkers for me because like I was like genuinely sick for like a week and a half, but like beforehand, like the day before I was supposed to be fully eligible, I went to see Godzilla vs. Kong and then ate at a combination Pizza Hut, KFC outdoors.
Nice.
And it was bad.
Man, we're living the dream here.
Yeah.
Man, these resorts
also-
in the
I
Maldives
think
are
Hunter
really
and I
cheap
are
right now.
best friends again.
We've got we have a comment in the chat that's not getting any love, which is from new watcher Mel S. Kennel. Why the guy on the left low-key hot?
Well, wait, who's the guy on the left?
Ooh.
I think it's you.
All right,
You
I'll take it.
Frankie.
I am low key. I am low key hot. The emphasis on the low. Well, thank
This
you.
call
Thank
is
you.
being routed by Google.
Thank you, Mal
The cost of this
SKNL.
call is
Eh,
70
very-
cents per
very
minute.
handsome.
You
What?
have
Very
10
handsome.
minutes of talk time to this number.
I guess now I have to see when did Mel SKNL isn't a new account. That account's existed since 2019.
That's a
So
real-
this is actually a valid compliment.
In
right?
this
Yeah.
queue,
Congrats.
please wait to be connected.
What does Mother of Garblet think about that comment?
I don't know. She might be asleep.
I've been
Wait,
on
and
a
talk-
number of
Wait, do you guys hear this
podcasts.
music?
It does. No.
You can't hear this
Or I
music,
can't.
Milo?
Wait,
Good morning,
No.
Paradise Southern Descendants. Hello, speaking. How may I assist you?
Oh, yeah, hi. Did you guys see that rocket that crashed? Oh, they hung up.
There's something up with these calls because I can't hear anything. I guess maybe if they
Yeah.
talk.
It's coming
But
through the
I can't hear it.
stream. I think it's just the route. It's the routing to you in Skype. I think the route. It's the routing.
Yeah, we can't hear it on the phone, but it's still cool.
Hold
I like
on.
to hear say, "Can you hear me?" Let's just call people and ask if you can hear them.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Thank you. Oh, I see why, Bilo.
Okay. I mean,
Now you
clearly
should be
it's
able to
happening
hear it.
on your computer, so there's no way.
Oh, now my mic. Now my mic.
So
is...
you are the one who,
No,
who
it's my
has the most agency.
Wait, can you hear me now, Bilo? No, right? Weird.
Now I can't hear you at all, unless you're not talking.
Oh, I see.
So legitimately, nobody does not dislike how Reddick. Like, am I the odd man out here?
I think you are.
I think he plays creepy characters,
Check,
but I don't
check.
really know anything about him.
Oh, that's
Okay,
Like I
fair,
don't.
fair enough.
I don't know anything. I don't know
There we go.
enough about him as a person to dislike him.
I mean, yeah, I can only say I've had positive experiences with him. I wish they let me do that show, regularly, but I've always enjoyed it and always kept coming back. So you don't do that if you hate
Check.
the person.
Check.
Oh,
Trying to.
yeah, Brother Wags, put up my shit story.
Oh, they can't hear me on here. There's something going on. So those people legitimately could not hear me. There's a technical issue going on with my microphone in this program. So they were not able to hear me. We were able to hear them, but they were not able to hear us.
While we're talking technical issues, my phone still hasn't broken 8%.
Love it.
So I am tethered to my outlet right now.
That's how we like you. All right.
Normally, yeah. So we're talking about the Saw show.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
Well,
right?
well,
I
Frankie
can't
is,
fix that
is
right
resolving his issue. All right. Well, apparently that's
It's
not going to
not-
happen. Just wanted to say what a pleasure it
Oh.
was to see Hunter last week.
It was, you know what, in a very real way, and I can even talk about this.
Damn it.
You know, like in a very real way, seeing you helped me, break out of a very a shell where I was able to finally hit a groove that I haven't been able to hit in months.
Yeah.
And just the idea that on camera you can see the most joy in my face in 14 months. Like I've absolutely downloaded that episode just to like prove to people that I'm still alive.
Yeah, you had the biggest smile I've ever seen. Like the only Hunter I know, unfortunately, is kind of maybe like a COVID sad depressed Hunter a little bit. But when you ran into Bilo, like you had nothing but a giant smile on the whole time. It was great.
Yeah, and like I mean, I was nervous as hell to go. I didn't even think I was going to get there before the show ended. It was worth it. All right, now we just talked about me. Let's talk about Brother Wags talking about Chess Devil. Apparently, Chess Devil was on Please Talk to Me, and why don't you talk about that, Chess Devil?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I assume you don't care.
Yeah, we can hear you. No.
Cheese and grits.
There it is. All right, it's back. All right.
Bacon wrapped
figure that out
avocado
later.
toast.
I'm hungry.
I got a pitch for you for your Saw show.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen a Saw movie, so maybe we should be tied to a radiator and forced to watch Saw movies. That's all I know about Saw is that they're chained to a
Give a
radiator.
chainsaw.
I saw Saw and Napoleon Dynamite in the same day. I was the only person in both theaters.
Wait,
So,
what
great
was
movie.
the second movie? What was the second movie?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh.
But so the pitch is, this is for you when the pack opens up and you go back to live shows. Frankie, Bilo, you're handcuffed to something. You can't move. A couple of contraptions around you. And like something bad's gonna happen to you in 60 minutes. And it's up to the audience to figure out how to get out of the traps.
Yeah, I'm into this. Although here's the flaw. Here's the flaw in this plan. The audience would just do nothing and just let the bad thing happen to us.
It's true.
Yeah, I feel like the twist that we would have to do is like Bilo is in the torture trap and Frankie is the Saw, the puppet. Or maybe I'm the bicycle that the puppet is on.
Yes, you're the guy on the tricycle.
Yeah.
I will fly out to California to see that.
I'm the tricycle. Frankie is Jigsaw, and Michael, as a game show possible player, has to win the game show of his life.
Yeah, that would be that. There's something there. I feel like I want to do a show. I know the Pack Theater right now is full of shit. They're clearly lying. They're clearly not renting it out because it's full of trash from other theaters. Like literally, I saw the pictures. Can't we just do a show from just in the shell of this theater full of crap? Just the two of us.
But were you in the building
Very
though
funny.
at all, Frankie?
I was not.
Okay, no, what they're doing
I
is there's renovations.
I'm fading
like
very
the-
fast.
Right, they're renovating the
bad-
next door theaters. They're not renovating the Pack Theater.
No, I think they're renovating pretty much everything. So yeah, they moved like the whole bathroom area into the Pack. So like yeah,
They moved
mean,
the
Pack
bathroom into
area
the
used
Pack.
to
I
be
mean,
the
that's
Pack
pretty.
stage,
That's
just put a
pretty
tarp down.
appropriate. Yeah.
Wait, even better idea. Just do it in front of UCB Sunset, especially with the fence.
Oh my
outside
God!
of it.
Yeah, we should just do the show in front of UCB Sunset. No, well, what we wanted to do, actually, let's do this. So we have the email of the guy who bought UCB Sunset. Let's send him an email What was that?
But I have a pitch that I think ties all of this together.
All right.
We climb Bilo over the giant fence into UCB Sunset, and then he has an hour to get out.
I mean, I love it. I love it as a pitch. I'm not gonna be able to stay awake. I just didn't sleep enough from COVID vaccine side effects.
No, not the. Oh, there's the 3-shot. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. This is the guy that owns UCB Sunset.
I did, yeah.
Let's email him right now. Let's email him and ask if we can do a show there.
I think Bilo is desperately trying to say, I want to stop the show.
Yeah. Well, we got to do this. We got to do
We're
this
just
first.
ignoring it.
Okay, Jeremy Rogers. What should the subject for this? Let's write this email. Let's get this email.
To our dear friend.
To our dear friend is the subject?
Yes.
I'm going to say 5419
Dear
Sunset Boulevard.
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Mr. Rogers, save your neighborhood.
Wait.
Hello, Daddy Warbucks.
Wait, what's our goal here? When I'm trying to type a professional communication, right? I want to think, what is my goal here? My goal is for this rich guy to be like, you know what? I'm gonna let these weirdos use this theater. The odds of this happening is like 1%, right?
The odds of this happening are 0%.
1%.
But I still 0%. But I encourage.
Wait,
I still think
should
it's
we
worth
try to interview
trying.
him? Should we try to interview him for our blog or something?
What value do we provide?
Not if you want to be there.
Yeah.
Should we try to pretend that we're doing a real estate show and then see if we can email him?
Yeah.
Wizworld Live has a strong pitch.
Yeah. We should do a snowman thing. That's what Wizworld Live is getting at? We should give him all the clues.
Mr. Police.
Yeah.
Hi.
Frankie,
My name is
pull a
Michael
whole con
Bilo.
here.
Yeah.
Frankie, maybe it's because I'm an anxious schmuck. I never put the person's email address in there before I type the email, just in case I accidentally hit the wrong button and it sends halfway through.
Oh, I usually don't do that either, but I also don't give a shit, and it would be funny. Okay, my name is Michael Bilo. I'm the co-host and producer of a show called This Is Dark Matters. Past guest. This is where I drop the Buzz Aldrin card. Sorry, what was that, Chess Devil?
You got to say, I'm Jeopardy chess champions, Michael Bilo.
You're right.
So he's got clout. You got clout there, and you got money.
I have clout.
But if he
I
has
have
money,
clout
that means
and Xannies.
you might have to spend money.
All right, my name is Michael Bilo, and aside from being a $96,000 Jeopardy champion, I am also the co-host of a show called This Is Dark Matters.
Dark Matters.
What if you just drop the show aspect and just get Bilo to like say, "Oh, I'm interested in maybe renting out the building.
Oh, okay.
I have my people with me, and then you film the show."
Okay, this is genius.
Bilo's
We
walking
do
around.
like So can I? Okay. How about hello? We are. Hold on, here I got this. Hello. I represent a group of Chinese theater investors.
Oh my.
Who are interested. Look how Bilo's about to fall asleep. Let's take out Chinese. I just meant that because there's a lot of Chinese nationals putting some money into the LA real estate market, but let's not single them out. Let's just say I represent a group of theater investors who are interested in the 5419 Sunset Boulevard property. This is coming from darkmattershow@gmail.com. Theater professionals. Bilo, did you just log off of Skype?
No, I didn't log off of Skype. I just got kicked off of Skype, but I didn't log off. You know me. Solid as a rock. Professional, if nothing else.
We saw that your group recently purchased this property. Are you interested?
It's 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Pacific. I guess it does make more sense if we're located in Asia or Oceania
Wait,
to
I'm
want to
not
meet.
crushing this here. Like we're torn between trying to write a funny email that they'll never respond to and just trying to get them to. What if I say a group of foreign theater enthusiasts?
This is not. This is.
Who are interested?
Can give you strong guarantees that this is not going to work.
Should I type it?
Frankie.
Yeah.
Can you actually do this from your personal email address and say you represent this gentleman who was interested in renting the building?
As opposed to darkmattershow@gmail.com.
Exactly.
I could do that. If you are interested in renting out the property, they have cash between you and me. You and me. They have tons of cash and not a lot of brain power. So jump on this quick. We can get them in, get the money, and get out of there. And build some condos. FYI, my end would be 28%.
Can you just end the email that says, I'm sorry, I cracked myself up. It says, Baba Booey, Howard Stern's penis, Baba Booey.
I'm into that, but I think I might, hold on. I'm gonna say, think you're up to it.
Should ask him if he's man enough.
Think you're up to it. Yeah. Think you're man enough.
Good tidings.
Email me back. Let's do biz. Call my secretary.
give up my number. Give up my number.
Best, I'm going to say my name is Fizz Watkins.
Fizz Watkins?
Yeah.
That's the worst name I've ever heard
CEO.
in my life.
Fizz Watkins Esquire.
Fizz Watkins Esquire, and then I'm going to put CEO.
What's hilarious, was put, if you have the cojones, get dark with us. What's funny is that cojones means balls, but cajones means boxes.
Are you ready? Mrs. Devil is on the line.
Oh, man.
Hello?
Hello, is this Mrs. Chest Devil?
Mrs. Chest Level, what a pleasure.
Evidently, I am, yes.
This is Dark Matters.
What do you know about us? I know you're. Well, what do we call Chest Devil? What is he to you? You're. Your soulmate. What do we call him?
Sure, that works. That works. We'll leave it at that.
What do you think is going on here? What has he told you about us? And how annoying is it that he stays up till 3 a.m. watching this show?
Yeah, I would imagine quite.
I sleep right through it, usually. So it doesn't bother me in the least. And I'm just glad that he's enjoying himself with you guys.
Well, that's nice. How are things going out there in
Oh, they're ramping up. I think we had the. How do we put this nicely?
I don't know what the question is, so I can tell you.
We had the most evil-spirited women in the universe here last weekend.
Wow. That sounds
so
intense.
Really hope that refers
weekend
to
has
the
been
Chess Devil's mother.
Better. No. It's a tourist district, so.
Oh, I
we
see.
had.
I see.
We had women who pretend to be religious and are really just not.
Yeah.
I love it.
That doesn't sound fun.
So. No. What? Here you go.
All right, I'm sending this email.
All right. Ed,
What-
can
well,
you
that
really
was
spell
Mrs.
cojones
Devil.
right? Cojones
No,
is
too
spelled
late.
with no A's. No
well,
A's in cojones.
No, the one we sent him starts tonight. What have you heard about
Cojones
us?
means boxes.
Has Chess Devil told you anything about the two of us?
And specifically also hunting.
Yeah.
Chess Devil mentioned hunting.
Yeah,
Yeah, she walked away.
Wait,
she
hold
walked
on.
away.
yeah. Yeah, she walked away. She's like, I'm not having any more of this. I'm going to bed.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
good
that's
on,
fair.
good on
So
her.
I think-
good on her. She
I
made
think
the
we're
right
gonna get a
choice.
response to
Good
that
on her.
email.
I think I guarantee you we are definitely getting a response to that email. 100% guarantee we will get a response.
Do you think
Because
so?
otherwise that
Can I
guy has
ask
no
what you guys-
cojones.
Can I ask what you asked her? Because I couldn't hear any of that.
We asked her pretty generic stuff. We asked her how is it going, how are things in Pigeon Forge.
Alright.
That was really it. And then we asked her what she has heard about us, and then she left.
Yeah, I think she said
Really?
Hunter's a really cool dude and walked off.
Yeah. She's supportive and likes that I have a hobby, is what she calls this.
Yeah, that's fair.
You ever have one of those nights where, like, you wish you had a chocolate, but all you have is salty stuff, but the one chocolate that you have isn't edible, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I
You ever-
definitely wouldn't be like considering eating the chocolate.
I mean, isn't there like a store you could just go to a store hunting and go get something?
Well,
Yeah, we're all-
I can't safely drive, and I'm not going to safely drive. And it's a little longer of a walk that I can't do right now because my phone won't take a charge.
Oh, fair. All right, then I think you gotta eat the weed brownie. No.
It's 2 peanut butter cups, and it'll be worth it. But you know,
Peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, my brother smoked the last of my weed.
Well, it doesn't
I mean,
make
it
me feel
doesn't.
better.
Yeah, well, I don't want to feel bad for you.
Ah, no, I'm good. I got my White Claw. I'm good.
Brother Wags, I tried, and then it came up again, and then I ate that, and then I came up. I had so many cups, I just had to go for it.
Remember when we called the Maldives?
So, like,
Yes.
yeah, it was pretty good.
They
So,
couldn't hear
Brother
us.
Wags
Next time they'll
is
hear
actually
us.
asking you to play a video of me telling a story how I shit myself.
All right.
Which is actually going to be the story I'm going to tell you. But you don't have to do that.
Can I download the video? Because then I can play it. Can you down? Oh, you know what? I can download it. I can download it because I'm I'm an admin on this page, so I can download it.
It's at the end. By the way, so Hunter has become like de facto, apparently. People who are trying to reach quote Chess Devil, like, happened multiple times now.
Are people giving you money?
Several people. You ever that frustrating thing where you create a platform for other people to succeed, and then everyone asks for their contact information, not yours? Yeah, that's where I'm at with Chess Devil right now.
It's fucking it's nonsense. I don't get it. Why?
No, I don't know. This is what happens when you put yourself out there. Is people are like, oh hey, that guy's fucking cool. Let's get with him. Oh shit, he's a person I've no idea who he is. Let's ask the other weirdest person we know if they know who he is. And the answer is yes, I know who you are. That's basically what it is. So now the fact that like you've made a name for yourself, through just watching shows and interacting. Well, shit. Now.
Did it? Am I just dead? Did my internet just die?
I'm trying to clip this. Here we go. Are we good?
I don't know.
I'm trying to clip this clip here. I'm trying to make a highlight here. Chess Devil. Do we lose the fellas? I don't hear him.
I don't know.
I don't hear him. Did we lose our connection?
It seems possible.
No host connection. All right. Well, perhaps we should see that as a sign. What do you think, Bilo?
Seems like a sign. Seems like a sign.
Oh,
Brother Wags. Brother Wags continues to abuse me in Spanish.
Well, fair.
It is fair.
All right. Well, this has been After the Matters. We had a great regular Dark Matters. Thanks again to Ron James.
Thank you, Ron James.
I forgot to ask him how he liked having his name basically be LeBron James. Just with that. Three letters. Next week, I know what we're doing, but I forgot what it is. Next week, Bilo stays awake. Hunting,
next week I will stay awake.
We lost the connection to the host, Hunty, so I can't. I'd have to hang up on everybody and call in again. So we're just calling it. We're calling it. It's 12:12. Friendo, we're calling it. And tune in next week. Let's play a game again, Nick. I liked
sense.
I liked Where in the World is Michael Bilo. I like when we play games. We have to figure out how to do like a guest and a game at the same time.
Yeah.
Like if we had a guest talking about something serious, and then also we're trying to find you at the same time.
I have some ideas.
All right, this is gonna be good. Well, you'll see some of those ideas next week on the show. All right, good night, everybody.